Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another Dark Souls challenge. Today, we are going to find out if you can beat Dark Souls 3 using each weapon only once. Now, what do I mean by that? Well, I don't mean what I said. The rules are really... Each weapon may only be used for one enemy type. If I kill a dog with a longsword, I must kill every other dog in the game with a longsword. I am classifying enemy types as unique enemies. I'm going by the Wikidot list of enemies in each area. And I've actually made it slightly harder on myself in some ways. The Wikidot can often use broad terms, and my document where I compiled all of the enemy names is just a little bit more specific. And the more obvious ones, bosses are their own unique thing. Wolnir is not a skeleton. I do not kill Wolnir with the same weapon I kill skeletons with. Wolnir gets a whole new complete weapon because he's his own unique enemy. To save time and my sanity, accidental damage with the wrong weapon is not going to count against me or void the run, but an accidental kill means I need to go kill myself and lose all of my souls. So I need to be very careful about that. I also copy and pasted my document with all the weapons I used against each enemy into a Google document that I linked below. Alright, enough nerd shit, let's actually play the video game. We get into the game apparently thinking we're just playing a regular old game of Dark Souls because we completely fuck up the challenge within seconds. I realize it as I'm running through this tunnel, and you can see the utter look of despair upon my face. We are fools. What do we do now? Yeah, fuck, we technically have two weapons. And you know, I've always wanted to see how hard a shield-only run would be. I decided to kill a couple Grave Wardens, just because I could. I already fucked up, I might as well capitalize on it. Alright, time for the silly. I do not think this is going to end well, but holy shit. Wait, what's that? Oh my god, it's not that bad. I have everything under control. Don't worry. It's actually not going too bad. Like I said in my Soul Level 1 video, Gundyr really isn't that hard of a boss. So killing him with a shield isn't that bad. I originally had the thought at the beginning of this run that I would use the longsword on both of them being Champ Gundyr and regular Gundyr. But, now that we're in this position, fuck that! This phase is surprisingly less scary. It's actually not really terrible when you're right next to him. We definitely don't almost die here, but I do want you to know I didn't block with this shield this whole time, because blocking is for little babies. Hey, what are you doing? Don't show that! We put that horse shit away and pick up our first weapon of the run, a broken straight sword. Whap whap. Shut up. Shut the fuck up. I am going to go ballistic if I have to hear you say that one more fucking time. We are leaving Firelink pretty stacked with a couple of weapons to use. I decide to go try out the scimitar. It does not fucking go well. Not at all. I am scared of him. This weapon could just be shit, I don't know, but I am not going the fuck back there. I grab our jump shit and waddle on over to the high wall of Lothric, being lost in the entrance like a goddamn buffoon. What do you think of the halberd play? I like it. Oh, I very like it. Every single one of these bastards in deserter armor are all classified as hollow soldiers. Even this guy. Oh, fuck. Not that guy. I must pay for my sins! Though, I think next time, instead of dying twice, I'm just gonna not grab my souls. This shit kind of pisses me off. Or, you know, I could try to just get good, as all the cool kids say. Oh, perfect time to just drop another rule on you guys. Enemy damage and environmental damage are free fucking real estate. I do not give a damn who that dragon kills, even if I profit from it. And I can definitely use that to my advantage. If you think that's cheating, you can suck my nards. It is not. I don't have any undead hunter charms, and I don't have any weapons that I really want to kill that mimic with. I am going to be killing mimics this entire run, so I do need a good weapon to use. But also, I want that mimic drop, because I want to use it against Vort. I like the tower bonfire. We get straight to work opening the Vort shortcut, picking up this shit-ass rapier on the way past. I typically don't use it, but, you know, it's an extra weapon. After opening the shortcut, I go and grab those Undead Hunter's charms that I needed for the mimic, forgetting that I have the rapier in my hand, not the halberd, and I have just awoken an army of the dead. Turns out it's more like a dementia center for the dead, because these poor fucks just wander out single file so I can kill them with the halberd. Are you my son? It's honestly kind of sad, really. You gotta call those old fucks. You really don't know how long they're gonna be here. We go down and grab the Astora Straight Sword, and make a plan to grab the Estus Shard and Cell Key. And by plan, I mean we jump down with reckless abandon, unequipping everything to not accidentally kill something. We think our plans are foiled, but we actually make the smoothest getaway in history, grabbing both the Cell Key and the Estus Shard. There is no one better at this game than me. That is not a true statement. I'm using the rapier against hollow assassins. I hate them, they're here, and I want them dead, and I have a shit-ass weapon that I doubt I'll ever use again. I go and free my boy. He ain't done nothing wrong. And calmly convince this mimic to hand over its item. I wonder. Go ahead, try it. Shiny new weapon in hand. We are ready to take on Vort of the Boreal Valley. The what? The Boreal Valley. The Boreal Valley. Okay, there we go. And there he is, ready to kick our ass. Too bad, we are just as ready to kick his ass. The Deep Battle Axe is doing very, very good damage. I feel like a proud father. I will have framed pictures of the Deep Battle Axe all throughout my house, reminding all of my other kids exactly where they stand in my eyes, and how little I care about their wants and needs compared to that of the Battle Axe. Simply because if I swung them at Vort of the Boreal Valley, they would not do this much fucking damage. Look at that shit! Immense damage can't make up for skill, and I somehow die. Oh, that was not supposed to happen. This attempt I was on some of that green blossom. You know, Ronald Reagan told me this shit was really bad for me. But it seems to be really helping me kill Vort. Not like I should fucking need help, Jesus Christ. I grab the Lucerne and go talk to Emma, using my words this time to save a weapon. The first enemy I'm going to encounter in the undead settlement is dogs, and I think the spear I got from Greyrat should do a pretty good job of defending against them. Not gonna lie, this was early on when I didn't even know how to use the spear, and I was kinda cooking with it even here. It is just very, very good against those dogs. I'm going to need the levels from Yol. This run is about trying out new weapons, and I'm gonna need some weird stats to do that. I also have the bandit knife to use against these quote-unquote hollow peasants. Every one of them. Hammer, scythe, machete, whatever. All of them are hollow peasants. I will take that one. I also kill a thrall and kind of forget about it. Doesn't matter, cause I do it again! And only this time do I really realize the repercussions. Ooh, I really wish I could be angry. Ooh, but this is all my fault. All my fault. We're gonna use their own axes against them. They actually aren't that bad for enemies exactly like Thrall. In the real undead settlement, I realize the bandit's knife isn't the best weapon to have when you're faced with 87 enemy combatants. Yeah, this wasn't good. I was spamming quick step all over, 3rd grade concussion. Yeah, nothing about this is really going my way. It matters not. We push forward. We have a tree to kill. And for some reason, I go Joe Swanson mode. Oh. Okay then. I also head up to Cornix to grab the hand axe, and I decide to free him because, you know, I guess I could count spells as different ways to kill an enemy. Yeah, you know, like use fireball. Yeah, now we're thinking with portals. Never used the whip before, thought I would give it a shot on these rats, and holy shit! I do think this is going to be the rat weapon of choice. It will definitely do well against all the times we have to face 80 rats at one time. We also see this specific demon twice, so we're gonna use the fairly alright Great Scythe to deal with them. And it turns out, even without reloading the area, Sigurd will ride the elevator up. He was on the ground floor of the church when I last checked. I didn't light any bonfires. I just went up here. What a fucking guy, helping a random stranger kill a giant demon. I leave victorious and almost die trying to grab the Chlorothy ring. That would have been highly embarrassing. And we decide to immediately waste Fireball on the Corvians. Well, it's not really wasting. I don't really know where else Fireball would be super good. So we're just gonna use it now. So it worked alright for one Corvian. And then I realized I have no blue bar. Dude, how long are you going to chase me? I do believe I have a son now. And my son is keeping me from lighting this fucking bonfire! I would love to just kill the bastard, but sadly, I have nothing to increase my FP. I love this game. I do a little bit of backtracking to grab these 3 free weapons over here. Well, I mean, technically we gotta work for one of them, but it's not much work. We pretty casually grind this butcher lady into paste, jack her shit, and loot those twin daggers. So here's a little point of contention I have with the wiki. I have my spear out because there's a dog and an infested hound in this cave. On both Fextra Life and Wikidot, these are both listed under the Starved Hound tab as the same enemy as all other dogs. Probably because there's like this one in the game, but that's enough that I just decided not to kill it. It seems like a unique enemy to me. And I'm gonna make that rule for the Ithriel Hounds too. I'm gonna say right now that they're different than normal dogs. And with that bullshit bureaucratic stuff out of the way, we can get right back to dying. I'm gonna use my Brigand Axe against all of these werewolf hunters. Does fairly standard damage, and I really hope it's not a weapon I'll miss. Our shield repertoire is greatly increasing. We are able to beat a lot of things down with shields now, though we probably won't make that much use of it. You are typically such an issue. Oh my god, the spear is just so nice. Oh, what a weapon. What a weapon. I'm going to go grab that Estus shard, but I don't really want to kill those guys yet. I don't have a good weapon, and these guys are only in like 2 Oh! That shit actually scared the fuck out of me. Genuine fear into my tiny little heart. Too bad we're good at Dark Souls and can just run away. We grab the Fallen Knight set, lying to ourselves, saying that we won't put it on this time. We're here to expand the list of items we use. We can use different armors as well. You know what, we'll just go strength, it's whatever.
Be safe.
What?
Champion.
Do you really think I wasn't gonna wear it? After dropping the exiles to their death, we're going to use one of the great swords against the Crystal Sage. Especially if we can get the weapon art off, we're going to do some wacko damage. Wacko damage like 351? Really? Even with piss poor damage, we make it pretty far, only to get stun locked in a corner and command grabbed by the Crystal Sage. Since fucking when? I swear, FromSoft keeps updating this fucking game just to fuck with me. But in all seriousness, I have actually never seen that move come out of the Crystal Sage, and I am honestly pretty scared for what I could see next. I killed all his clones this time. He caught me healing. Let me disengage, you bastard! Third attempt is going very, very strong. Doing a bunch of light attacks is honestly not that bad. I am forced to dodge spells like a tiny little monkey with a cage that zaps his feet. The Crystal Sages are watching and laughing. I am about to die. I refuse to let them treat me like I am some sort of lab rat. No, no, no. I'm the lab weasel. We eat a Sigbrow and do a good bit of damage to the Crystal Sage, getting more excited than Trump at a Weezer concert. Our joy doesn't last long. We are caught by a random fucking soul mass and instantly die. I can feel it in my bones. If this is not the attempt, I am going to jump off of the Golden Gate Bridge onto a different bridge. But it seems like we won't have to figure out exactly how we're gonna do that one, because the Crystal Sage is on pretty piss poor health. So are we! Yeah, but he can't heal himself, so it's fine. And after too many attempts, we finally kill the Crystal Sage. Yeah, go back to school, nerd. See if that'll help you beat my ass. After some casual Farron Keep gaming, I decide to use the Butcher's Knife against the Dagger Prick. The wiki counts these two as the same, but the terms it uses to distinguish between the Bastard Grue and the Mad Grue, which it has separate pages for, are about like the same things that separate the regular dagger ones and the ones with the yellow cloaks. So I'm gonna count them as completely separate enemies. Thankfully, no matter the kind of Gru, they have 0 brain. We go on a lighting streak, and we only have one more to go. Then we take a wrong turn down an alleyway and are invaded by Yellowfinger Hazel. I do not like the implications of this. Turns out that, I didn't light the Fahrenheit bonfire. So, thanks Yellowfinger Hazel for pointing that one out. I knock out this last fire, opening the door to the Abyss Watchers. A Gru wants to come watch the cutscene with me. Sounds good, buddy. So now, I could try to find a weapon to kill Dark Wraiths. I do kind of want the Dark Sword. But, no, fuck that, yeah. We've also got a couple of other plans before we go face the Abyss Watchers. I want to level the Hollow Slayer Greatsword to +2, so we're gonna need 3 Titanite scales. Thankfully, we're right in front of 2. After a little bit of trial and error, we decide that the Astor Straight Sword is going to be the weapon of choice for Ravenous Crystal Lizards. They are really, really fast and do not agree with big weapons a lot of the time. And the sword itself is absolutely nothing to laugh at for something found in the High Wall of Lothric. Yep, I don't think I have anything that can kill you yet. I'm just gonna go grab this goal. I'll be on my way. Yeah, the Abyss Watchers, they go pretty much as planned. During the boss weapon run, I noticed that the Hollow Slayer Greatsword does fuck you damage to these cretins. Ah, looky there, it's gonna be the only hard part of this boss fight, juggling multiple enemies at once. It actually isn't terrible. I kill these guys in like 3 hits. Though if I clown around like that, they're going to kill me. Thankfully, the third honcho appears out of nowhere and casually saves my ass from getting blasted. He also decides to solo the boss for a second. And we do some actually kooky damage, until I remember he is absolutely not my friend and I should also deal with him. 313 damage, and this weapon is only +2. We have probably the closest call of the entire fight. And then he pops the perk 30, and he is ready to shatter us over his knee. Too bad we still deal 8 million damage every time we hit the right bumper. With this weapon, it does not take much effort to absolutely style on him, though it deeply saddens me we'll never be able to use that weapon again. I'm gonna eat it. No, but seriously, what would you like me to do? Transpose the Farron Greatsword and use it against man grubs? Yeah, no thank you, I'll just take my levels. I will also take those ashes. I want that Crescent Axe. It looks cool. There are 2 unique NPCs right here. I am not wasting 2 weapons on 2 people I will never meet again. I barely go through this area differently than I usually do, yet this time only 1 dog gets pissed at me. This is utter horseshit after what I had to endure during the last video. Bleed Whip. Huh. I guess I have to do damage to get these guys to move. It's whatever, they're killing themselves, that's not me. We grab the Astora and Executioner's Greatsword, which are just sitting out in the open for some reason. You would think people would take better care of their weapons like this. I am violently reminded that I never befriended the giant in the Undead Settlement. I need to get the fuck out of here before I get drone-striked like a Palestinian citizen just minding their own damn business. Yeah, no, I put myself into this situation. I do not know why. Alright, but you gotta respect the commitment to the bad decision. That's like terrible ideas cubed here. I somehow survive, further cementing in my brain the idea that I am the best Dark Souls 3 player in all of existence. This game builds up my ego so greatly, just to shatter it within moments. I don't die to fall damage this time and grab the Drang Twin Hammers. Yeah, I'll use a weapon for this. Dude, he charges me like 80k for the full set of Sigurd's armor. I am not paying that. Sigurd's my homie and all, but like, fuck man, that's pretty steep. Especially when the answer is just bloodshed.
Oh yeah, look, it's Captain Geed.
Nice one, bro.
Nope, that's it. No more actual crimes being committed against me under the guise of hazing. No longer will I have linebackers slam me into pool tables to show how much of a man I am. We are speeding through the Deacons of the Deep, as compared to the Crystal Sage Rapier, which does nothing and a quarter against these rat bastards. The Sellsword Twin Blades are, well, the Sellsword Twin Blades. And now, you can make the argument that Archdeacon Royce is technically a different creature. Me nor the wiki give a shit. He is one of the deacons spawned. He is a Deacon of the Deep, and we can kill him with the Sellsword Twin Blades.
Honestly, kinda thought I would die here. I probably should have.
Apparently, moving in a circle is too hard for them to follow. The deacons instantly forget they need to protect this guy, and I fucking waste him. Or I would, if I could get in there. I have nothing else I can do. He's going to curse me. I am actually fucking pissed. Oh, never mind, we win. Oh, ho, ho, ho. Oh, ha, ha, get fucked. I was never scared of you at all. The deacons are free. After giving the handmaiden all of those ashes, she has some funny new weapons for us to buy, including that goated crescent axe, which we're gonna be using to kill all those skeletons. Fuck it, we'll take the wing spear too. We used our last dark pine resin to enchant our Drang twin spears and get to shooing this stray demon off of our doorstep. Go away, go away. No, we can't keep him. Look at him, he's got mange. It's honestly a very quick fight. I kind of feel bad for the stray demon. You know, typically me and him get to actually fight. This footage is painfully embarrassing. I don't know what to say. I have no words. I'm not using all my ring slots. I might as well take it. I do think Havel's ring will be very huge in this run. Some things, like the Great Axe, I can't even mid-roll with Havel's ring on. I've either got to take off the shield or some armor, or put a couple points into vitality, but I don't want to do that. We put our last free Yol level into Dex, simply because I often forget that stat exists. So really quickly, let's get one thing sorted. Skeletons are skeletons are skeletons. So aside from the, big spinny sword dudes, who are actually only divided into 2 categories, we're just going to be using the Crescent Axe on these bozo bones. Though, because I think it's funny, I'm going to count Tim as a separate entity. Run. You won't be able to for much longer. I am after you, you motherfucker. Dark Souls 2 type tracking. I have just gotten off of like a 4-hour play session. Dude, holy shit. The enemies, they fucking follow you everywhere. I'm surprised they don't follow me into the bathroom when I'm finally done playing the game, just to rip off my dick and punch me in the face one more time. We snag the blood ring, and then get our dick ripped off and punched in the face. No. Fun! You know, some people say I have an unhealthy love-hate relationship with this game. No. I just hate it. A healthy amount. Remember, not switching to your hand axe is always faster than switching to your hand axe. So I just ignore that entire crystal lizard. Oh dear lord, I am so fucking boned. Pun greatly intended. I have no choice but to commit suicide. I hope I can break the bridge from here. And I hope I can fucking make it.
Oh yeah.
Not even gonna ask questions. Just gonna be okay with it. I almost kill this demon with the power of cheese. He uses the power of breaking the 4th wall. Did I just get DDoSed by the Karthus demon? That was uncalled for, man. This is what you deserve. I am an abject horror of these fucking guys' DPS. I do not want to tussle. I want to skedaddle. Dark Souls 3 Gaming. Yeah, fine. I guess I'll willingly go to the demon ruins. Don't worry how I died. I forgot somebody was here. And with him, a very, very good weapon. This Black Knight over here who hates Gru about just as much as I do. Though the Astora Straight Sword is absolutely, completely fucking him. Truly a great sword. But you want to talk about great swords? Let's talk about the Black Knight sword. Especially with its extra plus 20% damage against demons. Now, we could one-hit kill one demon-type enemy, or we could use this against the old Demon King. And I think you know what we're gonna do. I go up to the old king's antechamber to light the bonfire, and oh my god! Excuse me. What? I grab the Estus shard and go back to Firelink to make the Black Knight sword plus 2. I've never actually used this weapon, especially against the old Demon King. It may take a couple attempts to really get the hang of it. The old Demon King can be a very difficult boss. We're ready. With the Karthus ring on, we have an extra plus 7 damage. We'll take it. Anything help? What the fuck? So yeah, one heavy attack does 300 fucking damage. I'm going to commentate over this entire fight, because suffice to say, it is around a minute long. You know, I really thought that this boss was going to be in any way hard. That was a goddamn farce. He is not even able to use half of his moves. He is being staggered, I'm in his face, there is too much going on for him to comprehend anything. In fact, I don't even back away far enough. I get hit with his sad nuke. I got depression decimated, and still didn't die. This sad sack of shit. I thought the Stray Demon was sad. That shit was... Oh, fuck, I forgot to grab the Shield of Want. Oh, it's not sad anymore, it's just... Oh, lost profits. Am I forgetting something? Oh shit, Sigurd! Don't worry, I'm coming, buddy! After helping out Goat, we go after High Lord Wolnir. And again, can you see how I fucked up? Ooh, Invader! I love it! Sorig spawns back there, so as long as I break the bridge, I can get him down one path. I don't really want to waste a weapon on an Invader. Well, I mean, we could use the Lucerne. It has been 60 years since we picked it up. Though it appears all of this over-preparation is not necessary, Nightslayer Sorig has a death wish. I go back and touch the cup, preparing to go band for band against High Lord Wolnir. Alright, oh, that is the smallest number I've ever damn seen. But I'm pretty sure the bracelets go off of hits, not real damage. So this should honestly be a very, very efficient solution. So long as he doesn't spawn any gremlins in. And what do you know, we already did enough damage to snap one of the bracelets. This was absolutely the right decision. Holy shit, dude, I upgraded this thing to +2 and I was honestly scared that we weren't gonna do this. Dude, this was so easy. I'm just gonna do this from now on. This is how I kill Wolnir now. We peck at Tony's bracelet for the last time and finally send his bitch ass back to the briny deep. I don't know what I was doing. I kind of fucked all this up. I was trying to get a good shot, but can't get a good shot when the menu's in the way. It may look like we're sitting pretty, but there are only 8 weapons here that we haven't used. This fills me with a slight feeling of foreboding. We're definitely going to need a great sword or something to kill these Pontiff dogs. I have to kill fucking 3 of them, so I can't, like, use a shitty weapon on them. Wait a minute, Sigurd's here. That means Greirat was saved. Haha, I didn't fuck everything up. This means if we don't have the weaponry to go at Ithriel, we can just head back to Greirat and see what he has in store. Yeah, without it, the weapons are getting scarce. I almost had to use the Notch Whip against the Ithriel Knights. That would have been a crock of bullshit. I'm glad I never got the kill off. That would have made this entire area of hell. Hey, look what Greirat gave me. See? It's a bitch-ass move. I hate it. It's unfair, and even the Pontiff Knights agree. Takes me a second, and it might take me out back to the first bonfire, but I deal with all the Pontiff Knights. Getting through Ithriel this time is honestly sketch as fuck. I am using a lot more Estus than I want to, and I am getting hit so fucking often. But hey, this time the Pontiff Knights didn't follow me in here. Wait, oh. They really didn't. Haha, funny joke, guys, you can come out now. I'll turn around. No? Really? Oh. Well, you see, I thought we had something special, alright? I light the bonfire and immediately try to rest, only to realize that I cannot. Is it the Pontiff Knights? No. Yeah, fuck you. I am not wasting a weapon on you, jackass. I almost got away, but I got caught by the ceiling goob. At least it wasn't this nerd neck piece of shit. Who, by the way, I did kind of run away from for like a good 5 minutes. You're pretty bad at this video game, especially for having 3 times as many hours as I do in it. Perhaps you should go outside. Maybe once a year. No, I'm not still salty. Why do you ask? I go to grab this bone shard, completely forgetting that there's a Corvian right in front of it. I don't even have my weapon. I'm completely defenseless. It's whatever, it's one dude. I go after this crystal lizard without my crystal lizard weapon, forcing me to try to put it on while I'm being ganked by 17 different Ithriel slaves. The crystal lizard then tries to escape from my divine judgment. Poor idea, little friend. I light the distant man at bonfire. I hate watching this footage because I know I was muttering about that invader. You can tell I'm super pissed because I don't do the thing. And I run right to the Pontiff fog wall and open the shortcut. Wait, why is there no cut? Oh! I was punished for my mistakes? Alright, church boy, let's see what you're made of. Now, while we aren't dealing exactly the damage I want to be, it's nothing to scoff at, honestly. And you know what? For an attempt I did at 3 in the morning, Pontiff is getting cooked. Absolutely, completely, and very thoroughly. Honestly, this fight was very hard to commentate over, because it went very, very well. At least, you know, until it didn't. I was slightly unaware I was trapped in a corner, and Pontiff got every hit imaginable off on me. Second attempt still actually isn't that bad. We just need to dodge more of his moves. It turns out, when you don't let the bosses hit you, you survive for longer. I, for some reason, completely forgot about this fact. Fine, I yield, I'll go through Ithriel Dungeon. I make the best roll of my life, and ask myself why I still come here. I'm using the Lucerne to kill mimics, but, I don't want to kill this one. If you can't see why, I don't know why you're watching this video. You're most likely blind. No. Laddersmith Gilligan definitely deserves to rot in hell. But, you know, I still like him. Alright, I'm gonna actually use the weapon this time. I also completely forgot I didn't need to respec into blue. So long as I get it right, Storm Ruler doesn't use FP. You know what? Yes, I will take that. That was the worst dodge of my entire life.
Let rain. Some stay dry and others feel the pain. Chocolate rain. A baby born will die before the sin. Chocolate rain. The school books say it can't be here again. Chocolate rain.
We give a solemn toast to the friends we didn't make along the way. Wait, money! Oh no! I can't leave you on the floor! I need 20 intelligence, don't ask questions. Oh, and we're right fucking there, dude. Once we go back and kill Pontiff, we will have that 20 int. We will be set for pretty much the rest of the run. And after grabbing those Titanite scales, we can upgrade our Demon's Great Axe, so I don't think we'll be dealing 400 damage per charged heavy anymore. Let's actually see what those numbers are. Good goddamn, that was a light attack. Our light attacks do almost as much damage as a charged heavy from this weapon at +0. Sullivan is going to get shit stomped. 638 damage, what the fuck? With a charged heavy, I almost kill his clone the second he comes into existence, and I end up dealing around 1.3 thousand damage to Sullivan within the split second. He's standing right in front of our face. We kill his clone and try to bait out him spawning another one for a little bit, but I don't know if it's gonna happen. Doesn't really matter anyway when he's exactly 2 hits away from death. Get shit on! I wiped the floor with you! This is the angriest the challenge run has ever made me, and it is probably one of the easiest I've ever made. I stunlock the female Drang soldier. I'm going to kill her with this glaive because she drops weapons. The other guy might drop armor, but even if he were to drop another set of the damned twin axes, I can't use them. But I certainly could use these spears. Okay, so the answer is not Mailbreaker. I believe the answer is running away as fast as I can. I grab Shiva's ashes, just for profits. I'm not very good with the washing pole. I've tried. But, I think I already know what I'm gonna use against Aldrich. I got a free Chaos Gem from down in the Demon Ruins. So I could put fire on a greatsword, or I could make it a Chaos greatsword, which I typically don't do, because it adds slightly lower fire damage, but it keeps the scaling and adds intelligence and faith scaling to your weapon, which I never level those stats usually. But right now, those stats are pretty high. Wait a minute, no, I just grabbed the Profaned Coal. Wait. Fuck, wait, what coal do I need? Farron Coal, Profaned Coal, Sage's Coal, and then there's the... Okay, how was I supposed to know it was you? I never use the Chaos Gems.
Yo, you wanna play some Valorant?
Oh, God, no. Why would I... No Valorant, please. My brain is rotted enough as it is. I do not need that. After getting back to Firelink, we we make our Chaos Zweihander and upgrade it to +4. This will certainly deal with Aldrich within seconds. And, it certainly did. Where did that 1 minute and 30-second long Aldrich fight go? I don't know. It just ever so slightly pisses me off that I went through all of this trouble to make this Zweihander just to absolutely, completely lose all of the footage of me using it. Doesn't matter, it's time for Dancer, and I have an even better idea. My second ever playthrough of this game was a main Pyromancer. There's a very powerful Pyromancy that I used to kill Dancer during that run. And it's the reason we've been boosting intelligence up so high this entire time. Chaos Bed Vestiges, which requires 2 attunement slots. Okay, I will be back. If you'd experienced any of this, you know there's none. Anyways, Irina sells the Saint's Ring, which gives you an extra attunement slot for a tiny amount of 300 souls. This extra slot we can finally put on Chaos Bed Vestiges and get to work. We also discover a weapon we never knew we had. Apparently, just talking to me makes people want to die. Alrighty, this is a big projectile, it's hard to not hit the boss. Okay, but it's possible. And whenever that happens, we only deal 69 damage. Nice. And the direct hit only does around 300. Well then. I got a little freaked out and chugged the wrong drink. I would have lived, but I don't know if I would have won had I gotten it right. I think we're gonna need a little bit more Baja Blast. Chaos Bed Vestiges is abhorrently good, especially against regular enemies, because the projectile is so big, but against some bosses, it can result in the entire thing only doing 57 damage, which is not as good. News, we made it to phase 2. Bad news, we have no more Baja Blast. We don't even have a hidden blessing. We need to leave. I'll be back. Just you wait, bastard. Change my amount of Estus. I cannot get hit anymore. I also go back to the Smoldering Lake to grab the Witch's Ring, innately boosting our Pyromancy. I also exchanged the Chloranthy Ring for the Fire Clutch Ring, making us do slightly more damage. Oh yeah, we've also got the Dusk Crown Ring on, which increases the amount of times we can cast our spells. Not by much, but instead of getting 2 casts, we get 3. So, you know, it is better. A direct hit is 414 damage, and we can do that 3 times per Ashen Estus Flask. I see no way we could lose this. Alright, I see one way we can lose this. The Dancer is lanky and floats around the arena like a, well, yeah, dancer. So a lot of the times, she'll do some Dick Grayson type shit and completely dodge Chaos Bed. This is fine. Whenever it hits like a goddamn Mack truck. I'm so confused. What am I looking for? This attempt also makes it to phase 2, and this time we have 7 Ashen Estus remaining, which is around 21 casts of Chaos Bed Vestiges. If we cannot win with 21 casts, I might as well uninstall the game. Maybe the reason this works so well against Dancer is because she does have a lot of long recovery windows where you can just, you know, hit her with fucking 2 or 3 of those and deal like 1,500 damage in 5 seconds. It works so well that we have 5 Ashen Estus Flasks remaining. We didn't even have to allot our Estus. We just needed to change our rings around. Speaking of changing rings around, money time! Yeah, I don't care. We're never gonna be able to use that again. Chill out, would you please? You've already fucking killed me once. Go on a bit of a collectathon in the Consumed King's Garden, grabbing the ninja gear, which I can sell for souls, and the claws, which I could use maybe. Along with a couple free Titanite scales. I always love those. Stage 4 cancer doesn't scare me. I'm gonna make it to that bonfire. Lothric Castle moment. Lothric Castle moment. Lothric Castle moment. Lothric Castle moment. Again? I get to go again? Really? Yay! You know, I completely forgot to go grab the Ring of Favor. This is honestly one of my least favorite parts of every run. It appears Pontiff has taught his boys a couple new tricks, because now, after they roll over, they have learned to shake. And it is honestly beating my ass. I see my death in the eyes of this dog, and avoid it like a character would in a Final Destination movie. There is no doubt about it. I just barely slipped out of the Grim Reaper's grasp, and are probably going to be stun-locked by every hollow within Lothric Castle. Anyways, we did this for a reason. A while back, Greyrat gave us this Lothric Knight Greatsword, which does innate lightning damage. I just couldn't mid-roll without taking my armor or shield off. Two things I really didn't want to do. But with an absolutely nutty lightning weapon, Asuraj should be an absolute pushover. I mean, more than normal. But, you know, it'll be any... Oh, dear lord. That's not terrible damage. That is actually not that bad. And once again, Osiris is a really weirdly balanced boss, who I think is super fucking easy for being this late game. His charge is annoying, but like, he really doesn't have any bad attacks. And this is a weapon you get, like, by the Catacombs of Karthus. And look at what it's doing to him. It's +5! Yeah, his roll kind of sucks, and his spin, it's weird. But like, they want you to fight this guy after you fight Dancer of the Boreal Valley. There is a big gap in the difficulty between this and the Dancer of the Boreal Valley fight. Pretty big difference. Doesn't mean I like him. Still sucks. It's just weird because he doesn't suck because of his difficulty. He almost sucks because he's too easy. Especially with the fact that every other optional boss in this game is fairly difficult. Like, put this guy next to Nameless King or Champ Gundyr. Hell, I'd even argue that the Piss-Rotted Greatwood is harder by virtue of its, like, trash gimmick. Oh, Old Demon King is an optional boss too. But he's in the Smoldering Lake. At least he has an excuse to why he's kind of easy. This guy is kind of late game, and you have to try to die. Don't think it, don't say it, don't think it, don't say it, don't think it, don't say it.
Leave me alone! Akira!
I bought the Bastard Sword a while back and have never used it. I think it's going to stay that way. Serpent Men are in one place, one hellhole, and we're only preparing to go there. I want your scales for the Great Axe. And sadly, Grey Rat's gonna go on the last pillaging of his life. Do not worry, Grey Rat. I will spend my life savings buying what you stole. I get jumped by a gang of hollows and realize that praying/naked hollows are an enemy I've never killed before, so I'll just use the Drang Twin Spears, get it over with. I am fat rolling. That is great. But for these pus bastards, I'm going to use Dancer's Enchanted Swords because they do part fire damage. And as you can see, they do not like fire damage whatsoever. Fight's over in seconds, and I have more upgrade materials. I go to grab some more and get trapped in a corner. I can't even cut my way out because some of these enemies are not naked hollows. They're hollow soldiers. I need my halberd. I need to accept death. Hey, wait, idiot. You didn't grab your souls. Hey, wait, you died to keep your souls on you. Why are you not grabbing them? We send the Dragon Slayer elevator down and get rudely interrupted by some guy who lives 7 zip codes away. It's fine, I have the Twin Spears. It's still really weird that you of all enemies followed me up here. Yeah, I'll just send it. The Great Sword of Judgment doesn't do tremendous damage, but it does enough. And when we get into stance, it's like Pontiff's Fire Greatsword. Once we use its ability, it gets extra magic damage. It's also like the Moonlight Greatsword too. But Dragon Slayer armor blocked the fucking this move way more than he did the Moonlight Greatsword wave. So it doesn't really matter. Heavy attacks are kind of fucking him up, dealing around 500 damage each time we can get 2 off. The Dragon Slayer smites us, and I'm surprised we didn't go flying off the edge of the bridge. And in the wackiest turn of events of all time, the Pilgrim Butterflies actually managed to hit me with a couple attacks. Alright, when we can hit it, it's pretty good. Ah, that's not good. I'm gonna level with you now. Dragon Slayer armor took 2 attempts. I don't know where the winning one is. It's been Aldriched. But this attempt, we came so close to winning, it's fine. Just close your eyes when it gets really, really low, and you can pretend I killed him on this try. And I'm not fibbing to you guys either. This guy is the only target I can go after right now. I need his weapon. But I sadly just start panic rolling after I get hit once, resulting in not very good things. Okay, those of you who close your eyes, open them again. We killed him, woo! Now it's time to go to Snake Hell, fuck my life. Snake Hell is actually the easiest it's ever been. I have absolutely no complications during or before the Ancient Wyvern boss fight. And I use the Broken Straight Sword to put this bastard down for good. I would never use it otherwise. It's just taking up space in my inventory, man. Could you imagine if I had missed that plunging attack? That would have been really fun. I also put on the Silver Serpent Ring, and I actually get to pull it off this time before I'm abducted and taken to even worse Snake Hell. Hey, I don't know if I want to do this. Last time my head came out backwards. Wait a minute, don't beat me up. Wait, stop this. I do not consent. This is teleportation assault. I will have my day in court with you. Running through the area so I don't have to kill a single enemy. The greatest and most fun way to play Dark Souls. Yeah, I don't know why I have the Dragon Slayer Great Axe out. I'm gonna use it on the Nameless King. I'm trying to do math to get myself to mid-roll when I could just take off the weapon. You're lucky if I put my hand axe on, I'd be fat rolling. I almost get Kentucky fried by like 7 different beasts. I understand, yes, they're dragons, but I still must ask, why can everything here breathe fire? And there we are, hell itself. Bing bong, fuck my life. Now, before we truly went after the king, I went and stopped in Firelink and upgraded weapons inside of it. Under the silly little impression that the King of the Storm and the Nameless King are different things. Shortly before the boss fight, however, I was reminded that I did not count Archdeacon Royce as a special little baby. Instead, I counted him as a Deacon of the Deep. Meaning that if I want to cheese the King of the Storms with the Dragon Slayer Great Axe, I will have to then use the Great Axe against the Nameless King. The guy who absorbs 70% of all lightning damage. And it takes 8 years to do one attack. And I'm kind of scared. My first attempt, I never got a hit in. I'm not even memeing you. Completely forgot this Dorcas's attacks. But that's ever so slightly fine because we deal about 1,000 damage each time we hit him in the head. And 500 to 600 whenever we hit him anywhere else. But there is a slight problem. We are rocking with 6 blue flasks, 6 whole bottles of Mountain Dew Baja Blast, because I don't know how many weapon arts I need to connect on this bird to kill him. This just has the slight downside of making it so we have 7 Estus flasks, and we're not even done with the King of the Storm. Though even with how not great I am at the weapon art, I can tell that we're not going to need this much Baja Blast. 4 and the bird is dead. Honestly, we missed a lot. You think we just roll with like 3? I'm actually really not sure. Honestly, I really think that that's the only reason I didn't win on this attempt. Too much shit was done going through my head. But whether or not we killed him, we absolutely fucked his bird. When I was blissfully unaware that I couldn't use a weapon that would be good. And now that that decision has been done and the bird has been dealt with, I can't even go back and say no thanks. I have to use the Dragon Slayer Great Axe. I already killed part of the enemy with it. We get dropped to 1 Estus Flask before we start doing any damage, but the damage we're doing is not bad. We just need to, well, not suck dick. And also not get hit by this attack. It deals all of our health, and I actually cannot escape it. If he hits me with that first spear swing, I'm just fucked. Alright, attempt number 3, and he's using his fucking wind attack. Fuck you and your terrible telegraphs. I'm dead, aren't I? Yep, I knew it. Fucking knew it. This bird is the real boss that I hate. The Nameless King is just a casual Elden Ring boss. The bird is ridiculous. Alright, I guess let's see how terrible this fight's gonna be. What? Turns out, if you cut the Dragon Slayer out of its name, it is still a great axe, one that deals 300 damage per light attack. And even at only +3, the Nameless King is almost dead. He would have been dead if I got that fucking repost off. He gets up so quick. And as he gets ready to charge across the arena, I roll a little too early and he fucking clobbers me. It is fine. At the absolute very least, I know it is possible now. By the way, we still have 12 points in intelligence that we are not using at all. Our weapon is only at +3. It is 100% possible to do this. And each time we go through it, the bird just gets more and more free. Like, I think I did this without getting hit once, which for me in this bird's history is really good. I got my ass handed to me, we're respecking. The main changes I made were I have 1,000 health now. My dexterity and my faith are the minimum to use the Dragon Slayer Sword Spear. And my strength is closer to the Great Axe's 40 requirement. And that, ladies and gentlemen, right behind us, is Yellowfinger Hazel. And I don't have a weapon written down for you. Well, I guess I have to write something down. I cannot leave until she is dead. It appears that no run will allow us to escape the grind, and we can repurpose the Lothric Knight Straight Sword into a weapon that we can— Oh boy! Oh fuck! He's a goddamn Jedi!
I ground out 100,000 souls without even grabbing the Dragon Chaser's ashes. This was a horrible idea.
I'm scared for my life and being chased by 3? Oh god! How in fuck's name did that happen? The Great Axe is +4, but it's not +5. Havel? Can I borrow this for a second? Ah! I borrow Havel's Titanite slab with no intention of returning it, and Homeward Bone right in front of him just to style on him. Despite the quote-unquote styling, I am still terrified as he approaches me. Okay, here it is. This should work. We're at the absolute peak of our ability. Well, that doesn't quite matter if we don't hit the bird. But, like always, when I decide to be good at the game, boy, are those numbers amazing! And after that respec, the Nameless King's damage doesn't really seem too scary. And no, you didn't see me whiff a 4th weapon art, shut up. I have absolutely no blue bar left, so I just hit him with regular attacks, and honestly, it works better, leaving us with a hard-ass transition. Alright, you wanna get nuts? Let's get nuts. I will have you know, this entire time I was listening to a Spotify playlist called Margaritaville and its covers. I don't know if I would have been able to beat the Nameless King had it not been the post-mortem support from the spirit of Jimmy Buffett. The Nameless King is super difficult because of that delay. It's super unlike almost anything else in the game, save for maybe a couple of Pontiff's moves, but I've been playing a lot of Elden Ring, and boy, do I feel like there are a lot of delayed attacks in that game. Like a lot. So the Nameless King isn't really looking that difficult, just like a slightly harder Elden Ring boss. You know, maybe a good bit harder than a Crucible Knight. You know, honestly, some of those look at that move. That reminds me of Crucible Knights. Shortly after the Nameless King enters Phase 2, we are able to stagger and then actually get the riposte off. This is the first time I've done this in my history of playing Dark Souls, and I absolutely 100% think we are about to show up this stupid motherfucker. He is unbridling all of his daddy issues and throwing them straight at me. And the funny little thing about this lightning move, if you look away from the Nameless King, it stops existing. And as you can see, I was up against the fight wall, so he kind of got stuck against the boundary. Ooh, yeah!
Oh, fuck yeah, get shit on. The Nameless King is always super fun.
He's always hard and difficult. Kinda shitty. I hate his bird, but he's a good boss. And he drops an absolute fucking walloping amount of racks. We might as well use it against the Twin Princes.
I actually really don't know what else we'd use.
We make sure to level the Exile Greatsword just so we can keep clowning on the Crystal Sage. Then we waltz into the Grand Archives like we own the place. We pretty much do. Gothard gave us the key with his dying breath. Okay, so there's Thrall. Oh, wait, no, fuck! Where is it? Axe, where? I'm a failure. We get to work on the Unlit Scholars with Gothard's Twin Blades. They're actually really not that bad, especially for not being leveled at all.
See, look, I told you we'd use the claws. They're cool, actually. And using the weapon art makes me feel like Wolverine. I am not the one getting fucked today. No, my friend. That is you. Because the Exile Greatsword is actually kind of heat. A heavily under-leveled Wolverine, but, you know, Wolverine nonetheless. Gotta grab Homeboy's ashes. Pour one out for the boy. Grey Rat was a real one. Things aren't gonna be the same now that he's gone. God, I'm not gonna be able to get these fuckers.
Oh dear. Another dogged contender.
Hey, wait a minute, I'm not a dog, I'm a guy! Alright, let me just get into the rhythm. And, oh no, oh dear. I do not believe there is a rhythm to be found. Alright, our weapon isn't doing that great, but thankfully, I've finally remembered how to beat the Twin Princes. And the fight is going absolutely fucking swimmingly, even though we're only dealing 135 damage per light attack. We're able to get a riposte off, and that pretty much just secures the fact that we're going to win. I mean, nobody's perfect, but we're pretty close. We proceed into the second phase, just a little slightly low on Estus. Alright, I'm gonna make you guys look at something again. We are doing damage to Lothric with the Dragon Slayer Spear. Now, my tired mind at the time thought this was the greatest thing known to mankind. and went absolutely, inexplicably hard on the Twin Princes, going for Lothric whenever I could. I think I might have to kill Lorien a few times, but, Lothric should die soon. I can hit him while he's on his back, so I'll always be doing damage. Alright, so we have one Estus Flask now, but we are very, very close to killing the Twin Princes. We have absolutely no healing, but Lothric has no healing either. But, hey Price, aren't you forgetting something really, really major? Oh, me from the future! What could that be? The Twin Princes are separate enemies. They have separate health bars. So what? So, what does that mean? Why do you care? Oh. Lorien, the biggest G in the universe, ends our life before we can end the run at the second to last boss. I am shaking. Not out of anger, but out of abject fear. I almost whoopsie-daisied my way into completely failing this run. I remembered, and finally leveled the Bastard Sword. I'm honestly pretty damn glad I didn't use it to kill the Serpent Men. It is a very, very neat weapon. And I guarantee you, it can hit Lothric while he's on Lorien's back. But we do need to be very careful. Lorien does take more damage than Lothric, and I think he has less health? He dies faster is what I'm saying, so if we hit both bosses at the same time, we have to make sure not to kill Lorien with the Bastard Sword, or we'll have to restart. Not as bad as what would have happened if I actually killed one of the bosses with the wrong weapon. And we start off the second phase with a casual 400 damage with a one-handed light attack, dealing approximately 150 more if we just hit the Y button. I'm still very much a dumb motherfucker and almost die a couple times. This is absolutely fine. Lothric is going to die soon, but so is Lorien. We should probably take off the Bastard Sword for now. I would hate to lose the fight by technicality, but from all that dog killing, I'm pretty good at using a spear, and we're able to poke Lorien to the ground. Alright, let's see how much a charged attack did. I mean, it's good, it's just, not as good as I expected. I was thinking like maybe 1.5, I don't know. A big number! I almost die killing Lothric, but finally, balance has been restored. The Twin Princes are as much of a pushover as they normally are. That one was for you, Grey Rat. I hope you're watching me. Alright everybody, come on, you gotta sit down. It's the Soul of Cinder's intervention. He's been using too many lightning gems. Ah, I do not have enough scales to make my sword spear +5. Dude, we're finished with the game. The last thing I am going to fucking do is grind. We actually only needed enough to get one. I completely forgot to kill this mimic. Hooray for my past failures. And +5 weapon in hand. I said +5 weapon in hand. There we go. We are ready to go kooky mode against the Soul of Cinder. Though, perhaps not as kooky as we expected. Turns out, the Soul of Cinder is turning his camera away from me, causing the lightning to not hit him at all. You'd think, and I thought, that all that time I spent against the Soul of Cinder at level 1 would prepare me a little bit to fight the Soul of Cinder again in a real run. We've just got the base dex requirement to wield this weapon, and 34 strength. We are not exactly built for this, but it doesn't really mean that we're doing terribly. I think I get 4 weapon arts before I have to drink a blue flask, so I don't know if I'm going to need them. And with a little bit of difficulty, we make it to Soul of Cinder Phase 2. With 4 Estus Flasks, and half of our health gone. Excuse me. I think I'm gonna be back. Yep, stand there. What? Did he just listen to me? Alright, Phase 2 for the second time, and this time we had 15 Estus Flasks. But turns out when you eat the entire poison cloud, you don't get to keep all 15 of your Estus Flasks. Despite the fact that I can feel my lungs collapsing, everything about this is going pretty smoothly. We're even outliving the poison. Oh, I might have neglected to mention, because I ran through every other area so fast and skedaddled around certain enemies, I have no purple moss clumps, like whatsoever. it was looking pretty good. But, I just so happened to get all of my health eaten away. Honestly, I think just letting myself be grabbed would have been a mercy kill. Yep, I'm out of Estus. I might as well just use this. Try to win. You know, maybe, just maybe, I've done enough. Oh. Well, that was, anticlimactic. Time to respec again. This time we're just going to dump dexterity instead of strength. Well, what do you know? Turns out having a build suited for the weapon you're using actually helps a good deal. Though it cannot save you from being poisoned if you just sit in the Soul of Cinder's toxic mist. We are making fairly decent pace, and we still have a pretty good amount of Estus left. This is not bad. This is slightly less good. It's no matter. These attacks reach the fuck out there. It doesn't really matter that much because his sword is also comically large, but it does allow us to just light attack from about 5 feet away. The Soul of Cinder completely whiffed his third attack. Yeah, how's it feel, you fucking goober? It honestly pisses him off so much more than I expected. He is putting everything forward to kick our ass. I was blinded by greed, my eyes were bigger than my stomach, and I completely get fucked. Well, not completely. Me and Captain Bones here are both at 6 HP, but he can't heal, and I am better at lightning than him. And with that, Indecisive Ian has made history. Maybe beating Dark Souls 3 using each weapon once-ish. I don't know, how else do you want me to say that? Using one weapon for each different enemy, that's super long and weird, I don't know. But we can now link the first flame and actually finish the game. I forget to do this with a lot of challenge runs. I'll just end the recording after the Soul Cinder and delete the save. But I guess I should give some sort of closing remarks here. This was surprisingly difficult. It's not super often, but different groups of enemies come up often enough that sometimes I would have to switch weapons or have to fat roll to have so many weapons on me. And then, sometimes a fourth different type of enemy that I could have never accounted for would pull up from around a corner, and I would have to go into the menu during an entire combat. I lost out on a bunch of crystal lizards, at least the first time through areas, because I would forget to put my hand axe out. And I was like, oh, I know there's a crystal lizard here, but I kept forgetting, oh, you can only kill crystal lizards with your hand axe, so you need to be having your hand axe out whenever you're around a crystal lizard. Another thing, because of those crystal lizards, we had 7 of each piece of Titanite. Near the end there, it wasn't very difficult. We only had to grind for around 10 minutes each time. But I didn't really want to grind during the big meat part of the run. Past a certain point, like the Nameless King and nearing the Soul of Cinder, it wasn't necessarily too disheartening, I guess, to just, oh, I need a level, oh, I need upgrade materials. I also had to get comfy with a lot of different movesets. I know that I'm going to use daggers for Wolnir from now on. There are a lot of weapons, like the Gothard Twin Swords. I mean, hell, I thought the halberd was going to be complete dog shit after I couldn't kill the Greatwood with it, but we ended up using it to kill enemies that are they're the first enemies you see, but also there's a lot of them, and they're in the end game too, so it's not a bad weapon. And that's the point of this video, I guess. They're all pretty good. Use what you like, and don't let anyone tell you that's not the optimal choice. After all, we kind of wiped the floor with Dancer, and we only used one pyromancy spell. I don't know, try new weapons. I'll see you guys in the next one. If you somehow enjoyed this, thank you. Like and subscribe, and don't bring up the fact that I didn't kill Champion Gundyr. I understand where you're coming from, but also, what about this? I don't wanna.